My name is DJ Moore, and welcome to Weapons Wednesday, the only show on the internet that gets me one step closer or higher on some FBI watch lists every episode, and honestly, I couldn't be happier. Today we have some amazing weapons to go over, but if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. But before we get started, I just want to give you a little reminder to check your local laws. It's no secret that I live in Texas, and I am very lucky that I'm allowed to have all kinds of weapons like you see behind me. However, not everyone is so lucky, and make sure you check your local laws so that we all can stay on the up and up. Let's start with the Stealth Combat Sword Cane. This 2-pound, 39-inch behemoth is a great addition for anyone who uses canes but still wants to be protected and safe, because it conceals a 25-inch carbon steel blade. And because it's a black aluminum shaft, you're also able to use both in conjunction with each other. Obviously, you could still use it to prop yourself up on the ground if you needed to, but it makes a great offhand weapon. You have your blade and your pipe or your collie stick, your blocking instrument. You can use this in conjunction with your sword, which I always find as a positive when it comes to sword canes, because having something that's actually sturdy enough to protect you on both hands is great. And as you can see, it has 3 rubber connection points that help allow it to hold the sword in, so that even upside down, shaking it around, spinning it like I normally do, it doesn't just fall out randomly, which is really important when it comes to a sword cane. If you're gonna have one, you don't wanna accidentally pull the sword out when you take a step holding one end. Plus, if I'm being honest with you, the sound that the suction airtight seal makes is very, very satisfying. Now, even the shaft of the cane is metal, like I said before, the handle is not. It's a much easier to hold black fiber-filled nylon handle. And the reason I like this is because it can get cold, especially in the winter. So it allows you to be able to use this without it getting too cold to the touch. Having to touch metal at all times when you're just walking around with your cane is not fun. It absolutely would not be a great time. But because it's not metal up here, it allows you to be able to hold it without any serious issue. And with the removable toe for extra grip, it is fantastic for a walking aid and for self-defense. So it's about that time that we take our cane here that we have right now and see if that blade on our cane can hold up against some Fruit Ninja. It does look like it. Now I got my cut was a little off, right? A little early or late, depending on how the slow-mo runs back. But let's see if I can cut it one more time in the middle. Ooh, yes, that was a very nice cut, very seamless. We do have a little bit of tearing just because it was falling and obviously not stationary, but the cut was very, very smooth, very little resistance. The thinness of this blade just slides right through it, no problem. Now that one I messed up a little bit. I had my angle slightly off, but it still ended up cutting. I launched a chunk that way, which is how I know my angle is slightly off. But like I said, this thing can cut. Nope, that was a bad one. Let me try that again. Going from our biggest weapon to now our smallest weapon, we have the Stealth Assassin Push Dagger. Now this 4.5 overall weapon has a nearly 3-inch 3CR13 steel black blade attached to it. And you're able to use it really seamlessly for 2 main reasons, in my opinion, and that is the fact that it's only about 2 ounces, so it doesn't weigh you down or slow you down at all, but it's also going to have that T-shaped G10 handle. And the shape of this weapon will allow you to be able to palm it really easily in between your fingers, allowing it to not just enhance your punch, but make them incredibly deadly. Having a blade that sticks out nearly 3 inches from your fist is something to be worried about. And since it's a full tang blade, you're not going to worry about it breaking off or snapping in any way. You can be able to use this to cut or punch through whatever is standing between you and safety. This is one of those knives that absolutely would do more damage than some people might think. So if you're going to use this for self-defense, just be aware. This is quite the impactful knife, and it will do damage to any attacker. And to add to the self-defense factor, it's easily retrievable from the Cadex sheath that also has a steel belt clip, allowing you to clip it to your belt and easily retrieve it at a moment's notice. And in self-defense situations, speed can be the difference between life or death, and so being able to easily retrieve it from your belt at any moment is invaluable. For me personally, I plan on giving this to some women in my life because it's such an easy tool to incorporate into someone's training, even if they don't have a ton to begin with. Just as a little reminder, if you have anyone in your family or anyone that you know that's interested in self-defense weapons or gadgets or tools that they can use in their everyday life, make sure to share this video or some of the other videos with them. It's important to me that we all stay safe out here in this wild world. So if you know someone that you want to be a little bit safer than they already are, definitely send them the video. But next we're going into our Black Bones butterfly knife. This 440 stainless steel knife has a clip point blade that is sharpened just like many of KarateMart's weapons are. Able to come out the box ready to use in any self-defense situation. And that swinging metal latch also allows you to lock it both in the open and closed state so you can use the knife without worrying about it flinging around and being unwieldy. Many butterfly knives that I've owned in the past don't actually allow you to click it when it's open, and so it's really nice being able to be sure that it's not gonna open randomly when I don't want it to. And not only is the blade steel, but also so is the frame with the bones carved into it, which looks really cool. It looks like a knife that the band Kiss might have. It's pretty cool. Now obviously butterfly knives are not necessarily a beginner knife, but it's still a great self-defense knife because once you understand how to open it and how to open it quickly, you can just pop it out and be ready to use it for any situation that you need to. And its durable construction means that you'll be able to use this for quite a long time. I mean, being made of steel, it's gonna last you a while. And with it being only 5 1/4 inches when closed and 9 1/4 inches when open, it fits really, really comfortably in someone's hand, allowing you to use all of that 3 3/4 inches of blade on whoever is threatening you and your family. Now, obviously with butterfly knives, they are not legal in everywhere like they are in Texas, like I said earlier, but that really does go extra for butterfly knives simply because of the association with the mafia that they had throughout the early 20s, 30s, and 40s. So just be aware if you do plan on using one of these weapons for self-defense, because even if you're in an area that allows you to have and own butterfly knives, they still might not be allowed to use as a self-defense tool. So just double check. And lastly, we have one of my favorite machetes that I've ever received from KarateMart or owned period, is the dark sawback machete. This guy is probably gonna end up on this wall somewhere at some point because this is an amazing device. Just by the way it feels in your hand and the weight of it alone lets me know that you can put some serious cutting power into whatever stands between you and safety. I mean, having 2 pounds of power behind a 17 1/4 inch blade is nothing to scoff at. And to be quite honest, the black finish sharpened steel is always a go-to. Like I have the black blade up here. Black blades are just my favorite. There might be a little bit of bias in there, but come on. Who doesn't like a black blade? And like all the other weapons in this video, it comes sharpened on the blade end. However, it's not sharpened on the saw end, allowing you to use it to put more pressure or even block successfully. The wooden handle is also very sleek and clean with the silver coming through in the details, along with a curved finger guard, keeping your hands just that much safer. No one would want to clash blades and end up cutting a finger off, and so having that guard there is always nice. And honestly, I can't express to you how nice it feels in the hand to swing. It just feels seamless, like you can use it without a single issue. And like many of the other weapons that you've seen on KarateMart, it comes with a nice nylon sheath that will not only hold the blade and secure it with Velcro just like that, but also allow you to strap it to your back, strap it to your belt, and carry it really easily. as someone that enjoys going to random places in the park or in the forest or whatever to film and camp and do all that kind of stuff, having something that I can easily carry and easily unsheath at a moment's notice is always a benefit. We all know that I could not let this machete go to waste, and we had to put some Fruit Ninja to the test. Oh, dude, that was seamless. It just cut straight through, and as you look at this cut is incredibly clean, incredibly clean. That was a beautiful cut, if I do say so myself. And again, with the weight, I didn't even have to like power through it. I didn't feel much resistance. The weight of that blade just carried it through. Ooh, I missed that one. The weight of the blade just carried it through quite seamlessly, which is really nice. Please let me know, what do you think is your favorite weapon and the weapon that you would use for self-defense out of all these 4 weapons? Are you one to keep just one little one on you just in case? Do you carry a cane in your everyday life and so this would fit perfect? Maybe you like the flair of having a butterfly knife or the brute force of a straight up machete. Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, you can keep up with me personally on the Modern Ninja. I'm on everything: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It's all the things. Just search up Modern Ninja and I'm sure you'll find me. But either way, I'll see you Weapons Wednesday.